This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, today's trends, tomorrow's talk. We want to make you part of our conversation, and Matt Doolittle has some of our friends.
Daily Flash is seen all around the world, guys. You can check us out online, obviously on our YouTube page, but most importantly, go to dailyflashshow.com. You can check on the where to watch. You can see us at your local affiliates, 219 across the country, including the America Forces Network. And today, Mitch, this is right at your heart. KSBI in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Channel 52. Yeah, thank you. So, yeah,
Your
KSBI.
people.
Great to, yeah, those are my people. I'm going to go to see my people, my people, my boys. We're going camping out there next week. I get to take my bonus son, so it's going to be an all-boys camping literally in the middle of Oklahoma, in the middle of nowhere. We did it last year. Had so much fun.
Do you do tents and everything?
Yeah, tents, everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and my kids are so excited. So I'll be watching at least one day when I'm out there, KSBI. So excited about that. I don't want to get this political, but it always bothers me, and I was waiting for it to happen. As we know, PBS is a lot. There's budget cuts everywhere, and PBS has actually been in the forefront. And there's certain parties that think we should continue to have it. Others saying, "Why are we spending so much money?" And every single time they talk about it, they will say they're trying to fire Big Bird or Grover, right? You hear? Did you guys hear?
Yeah.
Okay, now, so we're like, oh, we're trying to get rid. No, we're not trying to get rid of that, because what people don't realize is that Sesame Street had a deal with Warner Brothers Discovery and had their own show, and they're making lots of money. Well, now they just made a deal with Netflix, so you can get, if you are in dire need. Listen, Big Bird is not losing his job. He never was threatened to do so.
He's hanging out with Adam Sandler.
We're spending too much of our tax money on PBS. By the way, when the last time I watched PBS, they had commercials. Remember watching as a kid? All of us. It's brought to you by the
WBBH in Boston.
Brought to you by yada yada and viewers like you. Thank you. I was trying to think of the company that like Bayer Aspirin and viewers like you. And that always has bothered me about that. And then they also do telethons where people call in. Now, I agree we should support the arts and that sort of thing. But with a lot of what's happening now is a lot of money is going to those when these corporations could be giving the money to keep PBS going, which should be more of a community thing. And I know we'll get all kinds of people talking about this, but they need to leave. The Big Bird is not losing his job.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Big Bird left PBS about 10 years ago for HBO.
They had another, they had another deal. And this new Netflix deal is making them all kinds of money for.
And if you really want to, he's working at SeaWorld too.
That is true. And Big World, as at SeaWorld as well, the Sesame Street there.
And I think a lot of people realize, obviously, as I said, this is a big political movement here. And a lot of what is actually being told to you is not 100% truth, because this is it's called the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which the words corporation really bother me. I know they have to do that for legality reasons, but we got to do something for these budget cuts, and I'm sorry, some things have to be cut. And this is where the markets can come in and help. I'm sorry.
If you love the idea of PBS and public broadcasting, and you're a billionaire, let's say you're a Bill Gates, or you're an Elon Musk, or you're a J.B. Pritzker, or you're a George Soros, on either side of the aisle, you can certainly donate some of your billions to keep PBS afloat. And if you have a specific political bent, then I suppose they can follow that. Right now they have one political bent, and the problem is the entire country is funding them. And 50% of the country does not agree with them, and they're not being fair about that, and they continue to claim that they're right down the middle, which they are anything but.
And if you, look, we can go on and on.
How many antique road shows can you really watch?
That is true.
I mean, it's the same thing. But old guy finds watch, makes money. That's the whole thing.
But now, with that Antique Roadshow, it's a PBS, but isn't it also on streaming, which you would have to pay for? So somebody is giving the Antique Roadshow money
PBS
as well.
Plus.
And I think that's a really good. I think that's a really good point. You got to adapt or die. Things change. Look at how television has changed just within the last 5 years. I mean, we're not watching broadcast television like we used to. Everything's streaming. So maybe the days of PBS are numbered, and it's time to move on to a different model.
We would love to hear you have a different viewpoint. Let us know.
Well,
you can drop us an email at flash@dailyflashshow.com. We got a great show lined up for you with viewers like you. We appreciate it.
You make it possible.
You make it possible.